Yeah. Let it loop around one more time. Let it loop around. All right, there we go. There we go. Got to catch that other loop in, Hope. Yeah, got to let it time on in. Yeah. All right. Let's get on with the get on. Welcome to Brand the Hope Show. Starting a little bit late tonight. Sorry about that, y'all, but we here. What's going on? What's going on, people? What's going on? What's happening? Yes, indeed. That's what I'm saying. What's going on, Hope?
Oh man, not a whole lot, man. A lot of stuff going on in the sports world, though.
Man, look, man, never a day off, man. Always no breaks. But they say no breaks. No breaks for the Rivers.
Yeah, weekend was good, man. Weekend was good. Went to Macon. Um,
Yeah. Mac
you know,
time.
caught a basketball game. Mercer.
Go Bears.
Um,
The other
at least
Bears.
that was the positive side of my trip.
Uh-oh.
Uh, the negative, you already know about the negative.
Uh-oh.
Um, Macon, man.
Yeah. It,
Uh,
it, it's like little Chicago down there, huh?
yeah, man. Young cats down there losing their mind, man.
Crazy, man. Crazy. You know, and the crazy thing about it is, Black History Month, and it didn't mean anything, didn't it's just a thing. It didn't mean anything to anybody anymore. Especially the young folks, some of the young folk.
Yeah, man. They caught the young cat that was setting it off down there, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, but we'll dive into that talk a little later. But yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Outside of that, man. How was your weekend?
Oh man, everything's everything, man. Just one day at a time, man. One day at a time. So everything's cool. So me and B got this thing. She, for Lent. And so she's giving up some things, and I'm giving up a couple things. And one of the things I love is those Welch's fruit snacks. Love them,
Yeah,
love them, man. To where I think I probably do have a problem. so
they s-
I,
it's like they so addictive, like you
yeah,
have.
they are addictive.
I remember I remember a time. My man, I remember my brother. He was addicted to not Lay's, but dang, what's the one that comes in the can?
Oh, Pringles.
Pringles.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, he get those Pringles, man, and once you pop them, you can't stop. Next
You
thing
can't stop.
you don't eat the
Whole
whole
can gone.
can,
Whole can gone.
in one sitting.
Oh, one sitting.
Especially if you watching the game.
Oh man, they gone. Don't take long because I think Lido has their version of Pringles, and they're just as good. And so and you pop those, man. I can go through a whole. Really, I can go through like half the can without thinking.
It's easy to do.
So those Welch's things is just an addictive thing. So I'm gonna see if I can go a couple of weeks. Is approaching 1 week, man, and it's killing me. So, but
Oh man,
I'm gonna get through it. I hope I'm gonna get through it, man.
you can get to it, man. Those guilty pleasures, man.
Guilty pleasures, man. So look, we want to thank everybody for joining the show tonight. Action packed, like Hope is here. There's a lot going on. We're gonna talk about some top 5 Black history. We're entering the last week of Black History Month. Olympics news. We have some wrestling news, obviously. AJ Styles in the news again. We got some boxing news about your boy Floyd. We're gonna talk about these Bulldogs. That's gonna be probably, I don't know, it might be the bulk of it, but we're gonna talk about politics and sports a little bit. We ain't talked politics in a long time. I know in the old show, when we were 2 hours long, we hit up some politics and hit up some community stuff. With a 1 hour show, we don't have as much time, but we're gonna hit it up a little bit. We got some Falcons news, some changes going on with our Falcons, and And that's the show for the most part. We talk about this quarterback news. Thanks for joining the Bread and Hope show. We are here every Wednesday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We talk about sports primarily here in the state of Georgia and Atlanta area, but wherever you are from, feel free to be part of the show and speak on it. Hover, what you got?
Yeah, I want to give some quick shout outs. Dirty Bird Nation,
Yeah.
NFC South fans, Falcons First and 10, the Enhanced Sports
Yeah.
Show.
No.
Lou will be joining us momentarily. Mo Brown, Sticking Sensation,
Yes, sir.
and Atlanta Old School Drummers.
Yes. And so we actually have a drumline competition in Atlanta this Saturday. Matter of fact, I'm going to try and peek my head into Fort Valley State, I think Albany State, Clark, Atlanta, maybe Talladega or somebody. So it's going to be well attended this Saturday. It's going to be a drama-rama. Maybe free of charge. So, hey, I'm going to try and get into it. So look, speaking about getting into it, Hova, just real quick, man, and in the Black history, we've been hitting up some topics on Black history every week. And we've been doing our top fives and in different things, top five favorite football players, basketball players, this and that and others. So I just wanted to end it, Hova, with just the top five, man. And in terms of influential, they could be anybody, sports, non-sports, anybody.
Okay. My top five.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll start. I go with Martin Luther King.
Yep.
I even throw in Malcolm X.
Yep. No, you're correct. Correct.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
I think it's so important for everybody. I think it's another American story, because it is part of America. And I think it's just as and I think it was well done by. I mean, I've seen a couple of Malcolm X's, but I think the one from Spike Lee that Denzel is in is the one I think about all the time. And I thought that Spike Lee did an excellent job of portraying Malcolm X at the time. So I thought it was great.
Yeah, man. No doubt. Let's see, three more. Hmm. I guess from the sports, influential. Hmm. I'll take your Ali. I
Yeah,
like Ali. I think Ali
yeah,
is definitely influential. Um, yeah. Let's see, two more.
yep,
I see you got. Uh, yeah, I throw Oprah. I think definitely Oprah.
yep, yep,
Yep, Oprah.
yep,
And I'm gonna go with Sidney Poitier, man.
yep. Good choice. Excellent choice. Guess who's coming to dinner? So in the heat of the night, dude is just awesome actor. He broke a lot of barriers and all of those kinds of things, man, and it made a lot of history. Uh, you know, excellent choices, Hova. I mean, like you say, I mean, my top five. You finished your top five, right?
Yeah. Finish that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ali, man, I think Ali, and I got Jim Brown a part of that also. And really Ali, because of not only was he great inside the ring, but outside the ring also when it wasn't popular, for black folk to kind of speak out about it, social injustice, and went to jail because of his beliefs. That's not an easy thing to do.
Well,
And
yeah. He got stripped of his title and everything.
stripped of his title. I
Yeah.
mean, just everything. Um, and so from Cassius Clay to the Louisville Lip to Muhammad Ali, he's been through it all. And so really just to full gambit of what he did, like I said, just as much outside the ring as he did inside the ring. Jim Brown, very similar, but he broke a lot of records. And the thing about Jim Brown for me, man, is that um, his record stood forever. And being a football fan, that's probably why I like running backs the most so much. One of my favorite positions in the game. It's because of Jim Brown and what he did. You see some of the old films, man, and he was ahead of the game. He was ahead of the game. He had just enough. No, was he the fastest? No, but he was fast enough. Was he strong? No, but he was strong enough. He had all of these. And the thing about it, he was a better lacrosse player than he was a football player.
Man, I didn't know
Crazy,
that.
crazy. So and you know, he got into the acting career, and obviously he was an activist also. And so he spoke out on social injustice also, and really believed in helping the African American community. So I just think that Jim Brown was just one of those folks that just stuck with me, you know, as a young child for a very long time. Barack, I have to put both of Barack and Michelle Obama, both of them, for obvious reasons. You never thought you'd live to see the day where you see a black president in America, and he found a way to do it, and he did it the right way. I got to see Michelle Obama. She's so much bigger than just the first. I think she redefined, kind of like what Jackie Onassis did during her days with Kennedy. It was a little bit before my time, but I read enough up on it. But I think she redefined what that role was, to be one of the most important people in America. So I think that the both of them handled that very well. Normal people, but they knew how to handle the business at the same time. Love them. Oprah, obviously, and it's not just the money with Oprah. She broke so much ground to get where she is today, to be an influential person. You know, she's been through a whole lot. And so I think that she's one of the most respected people, journalists, anything you want to mention, in the world. And so for a black woman to really make those strides through history, and it's not just about the money. She had to do something to get the money. It's the context and the context. And so that's what makes her so special for me. And really family. Family is the first influence that you have when you're growing up. And so it could be either one way or the other way. And so
Yeah.
luckily I had good family behind me to be my first role models. Actually, tell me, right, simple stuff, right from wrong. Still values, good morals.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. I think I would have to change mine and put family in there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
family. You think about my grandmama. The things she taught me. My mama raised me. My pops was, he came on through later on in life, but and played a good role. But all my family and friends and Coach Flynn friends growing up in close family, has really been a good influence on me growing up. And so I'm not here talking to y'all today without that kind of positive influence. So look, man, Hova. So look, Black history is American history. I just ended by saying Black history is American history. It's not something separate from American history. Black history is interwoven into the fabric of this country.
I agree with that.
And so I don't think it should just really be. I mean, I know we set aside some time for it in February, but I think that it's all around us every day. You talk about inventions, and Frederick Douglass and all the things, George Washington Carver, all those people in the great inventors, all the things that we use in everyday life. You think about the traffic light, you think about peanut butter, you think about cotton gin, you think about all of these things through history that were invented a long time ago that we had a hand in. Even Uncle Nearest, those people who drank the finest of liqueurs. Read the story about Uncle Nearest and the relationship between that and what is it, Hobart, and Jack Daniels. Read the story about that between the relationship between Uncle Nearest and Jack Daniels. It
I
will
will.
enlighten.
I
It
will.
will enlighten. I saw the author of the book, and she was on a local TV show about a month ago, and
Okay.
very interesting. All right, so look, man, USA, the Olympics, man. Congratulations, man, to the U.S. men's and women's hockey team for winning gold. Hope they did it, man.
Yeah, they did it, man. That's what's up.
Congratulations, man. So, and I'm mad with you, man, because you didn't wake me up in time, man. I missed it.
Oh, my bad, man. My bad. My bad.
Now you told me about it was over, man. You watch it?
Well, you got the best part of it, man. I mean, they went in overtime, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that was that's good. It's always good, especially if you beat Canada. That's a good thing. So if only our men's soccer team can follow suit some kind of way, and
but
and
Canada just couldn't capitalize. They had opportunities. They definitely had
Mhm.
opportunities in the game to win. Yeah, during regulation, as a matter of fact,
Wow.
I think they could have easily been up by too easily. But
Yeah.
but hey, man, that's just how it works sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But congratulations with them and winning that gold, man. That's it's a big deal. And we haven't won in quite some time. It's been years since we won.
Man, it's been 46 years, man. I mean,
It's been yeah, it's been
I know
a
Lou
couple
adds some extra to that.
yeah. So it's been quite some time for us for that, man. Good stuff on that, man. Real quick, man. We always try to put in a little wrestling news. I know Hope don't watch as much as I do, or at all. But but I'm back in it. Pandemic kind of got me back into it a little bit. So look, man, AJ Styles retired from WWE. So congratulations to him on a very good career. I don't know if he's retiring for good or if he's going and he's going to move on or and have a retirement tour for TNA or something like that, or go to AEW. I don't know. He's been doing it for a while. I don't see him doing that. But he not only did he retire, but he will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So it's yeah. Oh man, it's awesome, man. So I think that on Raw 2 nights ago, Monday night, Undertaker came out there and presented him with the induction news, and so it was a real special moment for all wrestling fans to kind of see that, and all wrestlers came out from the back, kind of congratulated. Bronson Reed, not good. However, sometimes in these wrestling matches, man, things happen. They don't go according to script. So Bronson Reed is a real big guy. He used to play football, I think, just huge man. And so think something happened, and I think he tore his bicep
Mm, mm.
during the match because I knew something was up. And so when something's going on, they'll make a signal. Ref will come out, then somebody else will come back from the back. Next thing you know, everybody start coming out from the back. And so you start. Luckily for the match, it was a three-way, and so it was three people in the match, and so the other two guys wrestled, and they had to improvise and kind of wrap it up. And so he's gone, and another member of the division is gone. So you got some situations there of injuries, and so it happens.
Yeah.
And just to wrap the wrestling talk up, Hover, like I say, man, it's this brother named Trick Williams, man.
Okay.
Oh man, he is funny. He's kind of like a cross between Ric Flair and The Rock. So if you can put the Ric Flair and The Rock into a guy from South Carolina, that's him.
Oh man.
He's good, man. He's got this thing called whoop that trick when he comes.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh man.
thousands of people like whoop that trick. Whoop that. It's
Uh,
like, oh man, and they were in Atlanta on Monday, so you know it was crunk. It was in
I
Atlanta,
bet.
man. Atlanta
I
had that
bet it.
thing.
I bet it
Oh,
was.
it was a mess on Monday. It was a mess. And so he came out there and he's just big. So you talk about the new guys, him, Obafemi,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of guys, some of the new guys, Jade Carter Gill, she got a belt. She's one of the latest. And what happens is the way WWE has done it,
Mm-hmm.
they got a couple of like the minor leagues of wrestling. They kind of got an introductory thing. I forgot what it's called. Lou may know, but they got an introductory thing, and then
Okay.
they got another show which is NXT, which comes on on Tuesdays. And so NXT is kind of the minor leagues to kind of get them ready for the big leagues, for the big show, either Raw or for SmackDown or WWE. And
Mm.
so it's kind of like the small circuit, but they kind of groom them. It's a thing to groom them before they move to the big shows. So I think that's smart on their part to even think about creating that and to get television time. So wrestling's on damn near every night of the week now. So they have really grown. So as you last watched the whole, it's just different. It's just different, man.
I see.
I mean, they got wrestling matches all in Saudi Arabia,
Damn.
all in Germany, they in
Damn.
France. They everywhere. Wrestling is everywhere across the globe,
Yeah.
and they pretty much filling arenas too. So good job on that because I've been around since Georgia Championship Wrestling with Gordon Soley, and they're in a studio with about 50 people and some
Mhm.
wrestlers in the back, and they like go. So
Oh,
congratulations on that, Hova. So look, man, I know this is what Hova was waiting on right here, some boxing news.
yeah. Might want to bring in Lou on this one.
Let's bring Lou in. Yo, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, bring
You
Lou in.
called, gentlemen?
Hey, Lou,
Lou, what's going on, brother?
what's going on?
All right. All right.
You catching up
Well,
about wrestling, Lou?
well, not wrestling, but boxing, yes. I mean, are they trying to promote like a senior citizen boxing circuit? I mean, that Floyd Mayweather wants to come back. I mean, when it comes to yeah, I mean, they're like, well, Tyson's a bit older than me, then Mayweather's, well, approaching 50, which in boxing years is what, 175?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. How do you expect them to competing in the ring at their age? I mean, they're past the front. Look, they were great in their day. I mean, Mayweather, yeah, is of course, 50-0, goes out a winner, undefeated. What more is left to prove? You're almost 50 years old. You want to go back into boxing. And with Tyson, he wants to resume his career at 56 years old. It's ridiculous. Almost 60. It's ridiculous at that age to continue beating up your body. How much longer can you possibly last in the ring?
Hey,
There's
hey,
a reason
hey.
why that most boxers retire at around 35 to 40, which is reasonable because you take a blow to the head, you're not the same. How do you expect to keep on going? How much longer do you think you can last at that age in the boxing
Well, I got one word for it.
ring?
Money. So,
Let's say nerve, but okay.
I don't know no other way. I get everything. Your point is well taken, Lou. I agree with everything you said, but
Yeah.
I think it only comes to one. Like I said, one word: money. I
Money,
don't
money,
know.
money.
No, these guys are still able to. They've created a brand that's it pays.
Well, 40 years
I
ago,
don't
we
know.
didn't have that. Well, think
Well,
back
that's
to our
true.
generation. The boxers, retired like about 30 and 35 because when they hit about that age, they were considered, well, hate to say, but old.
Yeah, washed up.
But no,
You know,
you're absolutely right. Go ahead, Brad.
yeah, you're right. I mean, look at Ali when he retired. You look at some of his matches when he was in his late 30s.
40.
I mean, 40. Oh my God. Yeah, he fought into his 40s, man. And so you look at that.
At
At
least
least
he knew
these
when to
guys,
say stop. At least he knew when to quit. I
I mean,
mean,
at
these
least these
guys are
guys,
like, what are they trying to prove at that age, trying to still fight?
yeah, Lou, I think it's the money, like Hova said. And I think if it wasn't a market out there for it, I don't think they'd be doing it. So
Boxing isn't like what it used to be. It's not as popular as it once was.
it's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah, I agree with you, Lou. I think what has really changed it, and I think what's his name, Jake Paul. I think he's
Hmm.
Oh,
proven that
please. Him?
I mean, no, really, he's proven the numbers, and what I mean by that is related to let's say
I'll
social
give him
media.
numbers. I'll give him some numbers.
But he's proven that the numbers, if you have the numbers in social media, that you can get paid off of it. Well,
Hogan's a better
because
fighter. Come on.
he was a social YouTube
A
influencer.
Yeah,
social
yeah, the
He
influence.
got,
influencer.
Yeah,
but he had
influence.
his following. I don't know, bro. You could tell, he got
Mhm.
millions of
His
followers
Yeah,
on
brother's
YouTube.
better
millions.
than that. Come on.
Yeah, he's
So
got millions. And
so
and
what
that's
they're
and that
doing? Go ahead. Bro.
I was just saying that's how it's lucrative because they're able to sign these deals with Netflix, get paid up
Yeah.
front. And
Oh, right.
so
Yeah.
right. And so when you got deals like that and you don't have to worry about the paper. and that's the pay-per-view thing. That takes the pay-per-view out of the mix. So if you can get that and get your money up front and you're done, then that everybody wins because as the person subscriber, I already have Netflix. Most people have Netflix, and so like, shoot, I ain't gotta pay an extra $80 on Dan's or something just to see a fight. And so that, streaming kind of revolutionizing the game of boxing, because I think it's gonna be Netflix, right? Tyson's other fight with Netflix.
Yeah. Netflix is the big major player right now. They proved where they started it, where they test this market with Jake Paul, starting with him.
Jake Paul,
and they saw where, hey, this everybody wins. We give you guys the money up front.
RuPaul.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. But they can pay. The boxers can get their money, like you just said, Brad. They basically getting pay-per-view money up front, and then on the other end of that, Netflix is winning simply because of their subscriber base.
Yes,
and they're not only that, but think about this: where they're really winning is they're able to push even more of their content, because that's what they. That's the key. They want to continue to get you as a subscriber and other fair weather people to continue to subscribe and keep watching that content. And if you notice during the whole when they do the show, they always feature different content. That's on. So it's a win-win. So it's nobody's losing in this. And that's why. Go ahead.
You're right. Hope you hitting on all cylinders, brother, because Netflix they figured it out. And so the people who have not figured it out, people like Dan's, it's a whole thing, but they even figured that part out.
It's kind of new, isn't it?
It's been out a couple of years. What, 3-4 years, maybe?
But, 3 years? I think, maybe 3 or somewhere in there. Yeah, something like that.
But it's not like it's like a giant like Netflix or Prime or anything like that.
No, but that's the problem, because that's something they got to figure out. Because if nobody is, number one, if nobody's subscribing to Dan's, number one is an issue, and number two, if people aren't buying the pay-per-view from Dan's, and the pay-per-view numbers, which you alluded to,
you're sunk.
Well, and you alluded to it earlier, Lou. You said, well, nobody's really watching boxing anymore like they used to. Because they'll watch, guess what they're watching? They're watching wrestling. We talked about that. And they're watching MMA.
MMA.
Right. They're watching that. And all of that stuff is superseding boxing. But boxing is trying to make a comeback through Netflix. And right now, Netflix has got it. Until somebody else, ESPN, somebody comes in and says, okay. But ESPN's platform sucks. Because they haven't figured it out yet.
But here's the thing, though, with those like ESPN and even the cable providers, like Showtime,
HBO.
Remember, it used to be HBO.
It used to be HBO.
HBO, and then they did pay-per-view. Showtime did pay-per-view. ESPN, so forth. But here's the thing: Netflix is wiping that. I mean, what they're able to do, like we just said, Brad, they're able to give the boxers their money up front. If you know, even Floyd, he's trying to sue. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was trying to sue Showtime. He still felt like they owed him some money off a pay-per-view event.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, so that's what I'm getting at.
I think you're right. So
because in the pay-per-view, they don't get the money. They don't get the money. They don't get it up front. They have to wait till everything comes into play. Then they pay.
But they can't pay them because they didn't get the money they plan to get. Because the number, because
there you go.
Because they expected to get the numbers, but they didn't get them because nobody's watching that. And people like, man, I ain't got no money to be paying that, and you don't have the boxing parties like you used to. Back, I think Floyd was kind of the real last boxing parties folks was having when Floyd was in his heyday. When he retired, man, I mean, it hadn't been the same. I mean, you got one pop up here and there, but boxing consistently. I used to be consistently. We used to watch him at Taco Mac, wherever we used to go back in the day. to watch these boxing matches.
Well, it used to be like somebody would hold the event, they get the fight, and then you could go watch. Like you're right, like a Taco Mac, or even you even go to Hooters. But they were charging you at the door. Remember, they started
charge you at the door.
They had a couple
they had to pay for the pay-per-view because if it's commercial and you got 10 TVs in there, they have to do it for each one that they show.
Correct.
They have to pay for pay-per-view for each television.
Correct. Yes, for each. Right.
Yeah, and so that's why they had to charge you at the door to cover those costs. So you know, but if casuals, but if boxing not I mean, it's hard for them to carry casual fans now like they used to. Floyd and Pacquiao were the last two, really.
Yeah.
You know, and then I mean, even though Bud Crawford is the man right now, Bud Crawford been out for a minute, and by the time everybody finally found out about him, he retired.
But the thing about him, we talked about it. Pay-per-view is gone. It's not. You don't have with Netflix now. You can forget that pay-per-view. I mean, even if you got somebody trying to do it, Netflix is where it is.
Netflix is where it's at. Netflix is where that. I think that ESPN can do something, but they're so money hungry. They don't want to make the because you know to watch special events on ESPN, you know, like wrestling events, for instance, it's like no, you got to have the plus, and then plus, you got to have something else to unlock all of these boxes that you know all those things. And so I think ESPN haven't figured, or they don't want to figure it out. But
I don't think they want to figure it out.
They don't want to figure it out. But kudos to Netflix and keep it going. And just saw the fight this past weekend between Ryan Garcia and Barrios. Was it Barrios?
Yeah, Barrios.
And so good win by Ryan Garcia, man. He dominated that he was quicker than the guy, good footwork, good hand movement, good speed. I mean, he was on top, man. So it's just a matter of who will Ryan Garcia face next. That's where we are, and he mentioned a few names out there, you know, just the usuals, other than Bud.
Well, it's real simple, man. Ryan Garcia, I mean, that was a good win for him. But to be honest, he need to make the Devin Haney fight again. I mean, that's
I agree.
That's who took his lunch money, so that's where I would go. Yeah,
I agree, man. I mean. Devin Haney, he ripped him apart, man.
He did. So, yeah.
I'm like, man, this cannot be the same Ryan Garcia. But styles make fights in boxing. Two can be true. Two great boxers, but if one style prevails over you.
Well, the thing about it was, the first fight between them, Garcia won, right? He knocked out Haney.
Yeah, that's right.
Then they came back. Haney went ahead and did his thing.
That's right.
I think they ought to take it, put it back on the table again. Put it 3.
Let's do 3.
Let's just it's kind of like with Deontay Wilder and Fury. They went 3. So
Yep. So Clarissa Shields fought over the weekend also, man, and the lady she fought against, man, was they fought. That's kind of her idol. They were kind of friends, and something happened. In trying to sell a fight, and somebody said something went a little bit too far, so they almost got swinging at the weigh-in. But I saw that fight too on Sunday morning or Sunday night rather, and my goodness, man, that first round was kind of like Hagler and Hagler Hearns, man. That first round, man, they were throwing haymakers, man, and I swear anybody else other than Clarissa Shields would have been knocked out in the first round by this lady. That's how bad Shields is. Yeah. Shields different. I don't know if you seen her, man. She's different. She's real.
I will say this. I mean, I saw the highlights. I mean, she definitely gets it in. It would have been nice to see her maybe fight Layla Ali when Layla was in her prime. I know Layla's
right.
She's out of prime now, but
yeah.
She don't want to see that now though. Yeah.
No, she'll kill him. Yeah, she'll kill him. And Layla know that. Layla, man.
Yeah, Layla is done. I mean, she's had kids, and she's just
she's somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you were correct. It would be good to see Layla in Layla's prime to go against Clarissa Shields in her prime, because I still think Layla Ali was ahead of the game.
I do too. Yeah, I do too.
A lot of the women were just kind of slap boxing and just kind of whatever, but she had skills, move. She was a real boxer.
Layla she could
Layla
box.
could box.
I mean, if you go back and look at her fights on YouTube, I mean, she was getting it in, man.
I mean, she knew. I mean, the jab. She knew how to get the jab and control you with the jab. And I mean, she just would destroy people because she just break you down. She's a technician. But look at her dad. But the people she had in her corner, it kind of like helped her to say, look, you got it in your genes. Your dad passed it down to you. That's why it was so easy for her.
Yeah.
It might have been better than her dad. If you want to argue in the ring, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. But this Clarissa Shields, brothers, she's different. She's different. Yeah. She is a machine.
Yeah, I believe it.
She can take a punch and she can give two more where that came from. So I'm looking forward to Shields' next fight. She got a lot of moxie and a lot of skill to back it up, man. So I do advise you guys. Hope I'm gonna skip the LeBron Steph thing. I'm gonna save that the next week.
That's cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna save that the next week. I need to talk, guys. I need to talk about politics and sports just a little bit. I don't want to talk about it a whole lot, because personally, I like it to be separate. I think that when you watch sports, when I watch the Bulldogs on Saturday, and I know that if I'm at a Bulldog, if you're in the stadium, if you're at Sanford Stadium, for instance. Yeah, 90,000 people in Sanford Stadium, Hogan? What's the number? Is it 90,000?
Yeah, about 90-some thousand somewhere.
About 92,000, 93,000 in Sanford Stadium. Yeah, in Georgia. So, and the thing about it is, roughly 75, 80, I say 75, at least 75% of them folk there got to be conservative Republicans. You know what you know. Okay, I'm just being real talk. Been there, done it. Been through Athens. We know what it is.
Right.
However, when you are there on Saturday, whether it be a tailgate before, after the game, during the game, everybody got one thing in common. It don't matter if you're black, white, Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green, or whatever. You are a Georgia fan. We all agree that we want to see the Bulldogs win. The end. And we've been doing it forever. That's it. We ain't got to see each other at the polls. Yeah, we don't need to see. We don't even need to talk about it. We get a bill and we buy each other drinks and everything like we are old buddies. We just don't talk. We just don't talk politics. All right. The reason I'm bringing this up, Lou, is because I don't know if you've heard about it, but Gunnar Stockton, Georgia's quarterback. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So Donald Trump visited Rome, Georgia, somewhere up north Georgia, somewhere. It's last Thursday. And so he came up, visited, came around, no big deal. However, he said, I got a special guest. Herschel Walker comes up. Who cares? Everybody knows Herschel's been conservative for years, whatever. So there's no surprise there. But then Herschel said he got a special guest. Herschel's special guest is Gunnar Stockton.
Sure.
Time out. I got a time out.
That's right.
I got a time out. This is why. Gunnar Stockton is the face of the team. He's the team captain. And as the team captain, optics means everything. Sometimes you got to make sacrifices. It's not about being, selfish or your personal thing, right? And so, with that being said, as the captain of the team, he shouldn't have been there. It was because when you were out on stage, on a national stage like that, technically, you represent the team, but you didn't represent the team, if that makes sense, because everybody got different political views. And a lot of your teammates have different political views than you, and you show up at this big event with the president. You don't, especially in college, you don't do that because you represent. That's why when people win the championship, they decide as a team if they go into the White House or not. They take a vote. And if everybody vote yes, if the majority vote yes, then we all go. If the majority vote no, all of us, either we all go or we don't go. That's how a leader works. That's when you're in leadership positions, been in leadership positions most of my life. And so, and how you learn to be successful in those positions, sometimes you got to make sacrifices because you can't think about yourself. You have to think about other people. And it's not always on the field, but you're a leader off the field too. Not to say that he's a bad person. I ain't saying that at all. He's not a bad, probably good guy, but I think it was a gap in terms of decision he made in representing not just himself, but that's a bad showing on everybody else on the team when they probably felt some kind of way with him going up there with the president, kind of mixing this politics and sports thing that's going on. I'm quite sure a lot of parents had something to say about that on the team. Parents of these players had something to say about it also. And so that was just my thing. If I'm Kirby, I'm putting this kid to the side and like, look, man, you need to run this through me. These things going on. I'm trying to keep this team together. And we are a team. And everybody ain't gonna like this part right here about this. And plus, in addition to that, you have a very polar, whether you for him or against the president, he's very polarizing. That's one thing, like I said, I'll just say another non-polarized. I'll say George Bush Jr. He was not polarized. He was Republican, but he was not polarized, if that makes sense. Obama's not polarizing. Sleepy Joe, Sleepy Joe, he's not polarizing. And but this guy's very polarized. People have strong feelings for or against. And so with that in mind, as a leader, you have to be cognizant of the optics. And that's my only that's my only thing about the Gunner thing. I don't know what I'll leave the floor open for you guys to just give me your thoughts on it. Am I overthinking it, or what do you guys think about it?
Well, maybe a little, but it makes a point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get your point on it. I think you mix politics and sports. I think from his perspective, or maybe the way I think Gunner saw it was an opportunity for him to meet the president. I don't think he I don't think he really looked at it as whether or not how it was going to affect his teammates. Just
right.
Looking at it from that standpoint, it's no different than if Obama. I mean, I'm just giving an example, but let's say if Obama, right, was the president of the United States, he said, "Hey, this is an opportunity for me to go meet Obama. I like Obama, whatever the case." Right. And it's just what he just took advantage of the opportunity. So, but I get where you're going with it, though. I think, like you said, mixing politics and sports, it can sometimes come off not the most best way. In some way or fashion. But I think, but for just my opinion, the way I see, I just look at, I separate the two. I'm a sports fan for the home team. Yeah, and then politics is politics. So when I think, and that's the way, But again, I get what you're saying, though, Brad.
Yeah, and even if it was Obama, even though I like Obama, it's not a good move. It's not a good move. If I got a player and Obama, and I get it, I understand it.
Yeah, I think he was looking at it. He just took advantage of an opportunity.
He took advantage of an opportunity, but as the coach, I'm like, you can't do that. You can't be selfish.
Yeah.
You can't be you can't be a successful leader. You can be a leader. You can't be a successful leader and be selfish like that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You know, and to me, it's a learning. Maybe he didn't know. It's a learning experience, and I get why he did it. I understand.
Yeah,
but it was, you know, you live and you learn. You know, and
absolutely.
you can't be upset. He can't be upset if you go back to that locker room and some of his teammates kind of feel a certain way. I mean, they knew he was a conservative. That's not a shock. Him being on stage wasn't a shock to anybody, including me. In terms of, you know, in terms of why. But
yeah.
I don't think I don't think you should have done that. As the, you know, as a teammate off the field, I don't think you should have done that. I thought it was, and you don't know. And all I'm saying is, how would that affect the team if it affects the team later on in the season? How do people block for him? How do people react to him being a teammate? How do people react to that? I mean, so
yeah, you would hope, you know, that, I mean, you're right. I mean, you don't really know, but you would hope that the team, you know, the players say, hey, look, on the field, you know, it's about football. It's not about politics. It's about us scoring a touchdown or making a play, you know. But like you said again, you never know how people really react, particularly when it comes to that stuff. So I you know, but
yeah, I hope it does not. I hope it does not. You know, but I mean, so if we looking kind of funky during the season, then we gonna come back to this. Like, yeah, we talked about it on the show. Oh boy, you guys a lot of sex.
Okay.
A lot of sex.
I hope we don't have to go I hope not. But we'll see, man. Yeah. We'll see how this plays out.
I'm just saying. So so thanks for indulging me, guys, because they did not talk about this on one of the sports talk radio stations in the city. One of them they did, another one, all of the shows just avoided it like the plague. And I understand.
Well, yeah, some are afraid to discuss that, you know, on certain stations and whatnot. So
and I get
it depends on the station's, you know, views and stuff.
Yeah, and I get.
Remember, the views and the beliefs are not necessarily those of the station.
Right.
I had to do it.
And like you said, I prefer to keep it separate. I don't, because look, when I want to watch politics, I turn on the station and I watch it during the week.
You want to watch on C-SPAN or CNN,
right?
Not ESPN.
That's it, Lou. Exactly.
Absolutely,
Lou. I can watch on CNN all day, but I don't want to watch.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. I do not mix in the NFL with Meet the Press. Okay.
Put it this way. I'm not looking for state. I'm not looking for the state union address on ESPN.
I am not. No, I'm not.
No.
So
not at all.
I'm just saying.
CNN would be looking for you know, like Sunday Night Football. Well,
the two don't mix.
They do not mix at all.
It's trying to mix oil and water together. You can't.
You can't. All right, guys.
You think all throughout human civilization they would know that by now, but no.
Yeah. So look, man, we gonna keep it moving. Some Falcons news, guys. Let's switch it up a little bit. Falcons news. Dirty Birds. We let go of Kadar Hodge today. He was one of our special teams guy. He came from Chicago, I think, when we first got him, and which I'm kind of surprised about, because Ian Cunningham's coming out of Chicago. I didn't think he was, but I guess, you know, I mean, you can still bring him back. Maybe he wants to see what's out there in their free agent market, and you can still re-sign him. So he's gone. Kyle Pitts, word on the street is that the Falcons plan on putting a franchise tag on Kyle Pitts for about a year. So Ian Cunningham, Falcons GM, put that out there yesterday. Hover, is that a good or bad thing?
What, Kirk Cousins?
No, Kyle Pitts.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at Kyle Pitts. I think it's good. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good, bro. I mean, Kyle Pitts, he's I think it's good. I'll go with that.
Yeah. I think the coaching staff is excited about having a tight end like this. He's not a typical tight end. So I think Kyle Pitts, he had his best years this past year and his first year, and the years in between he wasn't healthy. And and plus you had a great coach, the greatest coach in the quarterbacks either. So so really, I think this will be I think he's somewhere in between. Not as good as he, but not as bad either. So he's somewhere in between. So I think that it's good to keep him. However, I agree. It's good to kind of keep him for a year, see what's going on, see if he works out in this new system. And you need receivers. You need somebody catching the ball. I don't think we're going to get a receiver high. At least I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong. If Zachary Branch is there, maybe we grab him, but I don't think he's going to be there. It's a lot of receivers. It's a deep league in receivers, so it's so deep in receiver. I don't think you have to get one in the second round. So I understand the pick why. Kirk Cousins, Falcons. Lou, y'all need a quarterback. Kirk Cousins will be released.
Too old. He's past his prime. Forget it.
He's too old.
He's a has-been.
Not even for the Jets.
Jets. Look, we made the mistake, before with Aaron Rodgers. So why should we repeat itself?
I get it.
Yeah,
but
good.
But in here, like one of the highest rated free agent quarterbacks out there.
He was. The key was, not is.
Somebody gonna pick him up.
Well, whoever does, 2 words about that, I'm sorry.
I mean, I could see somebody. I could probably maybe even Buffalo. Somebody's gonna pick him up though. Somebody's gonna pick him up.
I think Kirk wants to start though.
Whoever does.
Well, the thing about it, I mean, can he start? Maybe.
I don't know, man. I mean, who can he start for?
But at the same time, I mean, I don't know, man. Unless maybe he may have a chance to.
He start for the Dolphins,
maybe or either the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think Dolphins. But San Francisco got Brock Purdy when he's healthy.
Yeah, he can't seem to stay healthy, so I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, Kirk Cousins. I'm like you. I have no. I don't think. I just think he's going to be somewhere though.
Yep. So here are the options for the Falcons. With Kirk Cousins being up out of here, you got Malik Willis out of Green Bay. You got Mac Jones. Probably got a trade for out of San Francisco. I really like Mac Jones. You got Geno Smith. All of his games, his best games are against Atlanta. So I don't know if he can play for Atlanta. You got Russell Wilson. That's a hard no for me. Although his wife is born and raised in Atlanta, I know she wanted to come here, but I don't know, Lou. I don't. It's a hard no for me. There's Joe. Well. Yeah. Now there's Joe Flacco. And there's a relationship there between Stefanski and Joe Flacco.
Another has-been.
He is a has-been, but he's a stopgap quarterback. He's a guy that got experience. He can win some games for you. He ain't gonna lose them for you.
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think out of your list, I think at least Joe Flacco. You remember he traded Joe Flacco, so
yeah.
I just don't see Joe Flacco. I think out of
but did he trade Joe Flacco or did the GM trade Joe Flacco?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I think it was the GM traded Joe Flacco.
I don't know, man. I think a little bit of I don't know, man. I ain't gonna give it all to the GM, man. I think that coach.
I don't know, man. I think the biggest problem with Cleveland has been the GM and the owner. The owner met not knowing what he wants, and the GM really he's been a total cluster. And so
that could be
Cleveland Clowns.
Yeah, so how can you be coach of the year with 2 of those years and then
it's fixed
all of a sudden, I mean, and you coach them to a playoffs and once you have the pin, all of a sudden the faucet gets turned off, or you change the flow of the water, and then you're bringing in funny looking pieces. And now, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Yeah,
we know what happened with that. I mean, the quarterback situation. Right. That's what happened. Remember, he got coach of the year with Baker Mayfield.
Yes, he did. I don't think he wanted to get rid of Baker Mayfield.
But they got on the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes.
That wasn't Stefanski. That's what I'm telling you. That was not Stefanski.
Are you sure about that though?
I'm sure that was not Stefanski. Okay. I don't think it was. I just think that organization is now. I just think the coach is coach. I don't think in Cleveland the coach got that much pull.
Okay,
I just put it that way.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
In Cleveland, because you know, like in Atlanta, he ain't got that kind of pull in Atlanta.
Well, he's definitely not. Matt Ryan is going to be having more.
Matt Ryan running his team. Ain't no doubt about
it. No doubt, Matt Ryan is running the team.
He's running.
But I think out of all the guys on the list here, we have. I mean, I'm gonna say Russell, even though I know you're not really into the Russell thing, but I think Russell will probably be the one. I don't know. I think Russell Wilson. Yeah, he's not he's not the Russell Wilson of old back in Seattle, but I think a change of scenario for him to play for
Seattle, right?
I think for him to play for a team that plays in a dome might maybe help him some, maybe.
Well, the positive I see about Russell coming to Atlanta is I don't think he breaks the bank, number one. And number two, I don't think he looks to be the starter.
No, I don't think he looks to be the starter. Yeah, I agree with that.
And so there's no controversy, there's no pressure in terms of Michael Penix. Like, Penix, just take your time, just get better, and whenever you're ready, then you come back in and Russ know what it, win or lose, Russ know what it is, and you make the change. So I don't think it's horrible, but I Russ don't look that great, man. But
no.
But he all right. He can do some things, but he ain't getting no younger. I put it that way.
No, I agree with you. He's not the Russ of old. No doubt about that. Yeah.
And I think Garoppolo is another name. I didn't have one on the list, Hogan, but I think Garoppolo is out there too for the taking. And so with those names I just mentioned, and the Falcons could draft somebody, but this is a very weak quarterback draft. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't draft any quarterback. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't draft any quarterback. In this, I mean, being where the Falcons are, no, I'm not drafting anybody. And all the better quarterbacks going to be taken anyway. So I don't know, Hope. I wouldn't draft a quarterback. I just go to free agency, man, and see what I get.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I agree 100%.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Talking about quarterback, and I'm gonna bring Lou in with this one too, man, because I like your perspective, Lou, being from the outside in. The first thing I saw when I clicked on ESPN today was Michael Penix. And who's gonna start? Will he start? Is he a true starter for the Falcons? And so my question is, can the Falcons win with Penix? I'm keeping it very, very simple. Did the Falcons make the right move in drafting this guy? Or I don't think he's starting this league. What do you think, Lou?
Now, Michael Penix has not been, the superstar stud quarterback, everybody thinks he's trying to be. And, going to a weak division like the NFC South, which was a joke. I don't see it. I don't think he's going to make it, better at all.
Yeah, good point, Lou, because it's real big in town. Everybody's talking about it. I think it's pretty much split half and half in Atlanta. Maybe a little bit more people think that he will be successful. It's kind of a 51-40 something thing. So it's real. Yeah, 49. Yeah, 51-49 kind of thing here in Atlanta. 51 that people think he'll be able to be successful. What do you think on it, Hope?
Yeah, I agree. I think Michael Penix we talked about it. He has the potential.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing is him being able to stay healthy. That's the key. Um,
Yeah.
or more or less that's the unknown. And I'm gonna be honest, Brad. I'm just not sure, man. I'm not really sure. I'm I,
Yeah.
I'm just not really sure with old buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. My thing is this, guys, is a couple of things, and it's the obvious. I think if he's healthy, I think he can play this game if he's healthy. I
Yeah.
think he can
Yeah,
play
that's
this
the thing.
game. I think, yeah. I've seen him. I've seen him. I've been watching since he's been in Indiana. Saw his years in Washington. And the guy can play. He can process. If you got good coaching, that's the key. If you got good coaching and he's healthy, Michael Penix is that guy. And he's not. And even at this rate, he's not losing games for you. He's just not. He just needs a chance with somebody that he can grow with. My biggest problem, just like everybody else, is the injuries. And anybody that had three ACL, it had three ACL injuries already. Three ACLs, man. And number and I hate to say it, but he's had number three, and it's just a matter of time for number four.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, Lou. I hate to say that.
I hate to say it too, but I
But
mean
I
that's
know,
what
but
we
you're right.
that's what we're dealing with.
That's what we dealing
Yeah.
with. He can ball, and the frustrating thing about it, he can ball out. Once he get healthy and he get in this system, you get it moving, balling out. Next thing you know, he gone again for the season or for however long he gone. Now we got a quarterback situation again because he can't stay. Look at Joe Burrow.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Great,
another
great
problem.
quarterback. Great
Yeah.
quarterback. Everybody, we need a quarterback. Okay, we got Joe Burrow. Yay. Joe Burrow. How many? Oh, he's hurt again. How long? A couple of games. He's back. Oh, great. He's back. Oh, he's
Yeah,
hurt
yeah,
again.
sure.
Yeah,
Couple
right.
games.
So so this is the thing. So let me move forward. I think we've all made our point on Michael Penix Jr. So in the meantime, what do the Falcons do? In the meantime, if you kind of trying to figure out something with the quarterback, what's the strategy?
Right.
And for me, I just put it out there, guys, real quick. And I know we got to go, but just real quick, I'll just say that the strategy for me is football is won in the trenches. Put your resources in free agency and in the draft and improving your offensive line. Offensive line is probably a C plus in Atlanta, in my opinion. On their best day, probably a B plus on their best day, but they generally game to game, they kind of a C plus. You need another center. You can go to free agency. They got a couple of centers in free agency that I'm looking at that we can get that are Pro Bowlers. Spend the money, get one,
Yeah.
like we did with Alex Mack. So I'm sure Matt Ryan's looking at that going to free agency, getting a center. And then you want to get depth at your left tackle with Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is long in the two. Luckily, he's been healthy, but you need to get depth at that position. Lindstrom, is Lindstrom the left or right guard, Hover? I
I
always
think
mix
he's
him
the
up.
left.
He's the left. We need a right guard. Lindstrom is great. He's a Pro Bowl guard, but we need a right guard. And so right tackle is pretty good. I think Bergeron is good when he's healthy. No, it's Bergeron. No, Bergeron, the right tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bergeron's right tackle. He's pretty good. McCrary is the problem. McGarry. Caleb McGarry
Yeah.
is the problem.
Caleb McGarry, yeah.
Yeah, Caleb McGarry is the problem. You need to find your right guard. You find your center and the right guard and some depth at left tackle. That's how you do, and you get your good running back. You draft your good solid, which is all of this is realistic. Falcons can do this year. Make improvements to your offensive line.
Yeah,
Get you a young running back that's got some size and some girth. And that's how it don't matter who your quarterback is because you blocking everybody out the way and you got running game. That's how Seattle got to a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold didn't have to do much. You look at the Patriots did the same thing. Quarterback didn't have to do much. Yeah, because you built the trenches. And the fans may not like it, But that's how you win football game. You got to build the trenches. You got to commit to building your team the right way. Everybody want to get wide receivers and cornerbacks and quarterbacks. No. Build the trenches and you will win. And I leave y'all with that. Build the trenches and you will win. That's building football from the inside out. That's how you play football. Hopefully you got anything on that before we close on out?
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, definitely build the trenches. I think that's going to be key for this team. And I think, they should go defensive line, offense, and then maybe quarterback.
I'll probably get a kicker for a quarterback.
Well, I don't know. You might be right. Yeah, maybe a kicker. Yeah,
I'll probably go to free agency and get a quarterback. I go to free agency. I go to free agency. I just don't. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Whole.
That makes sense. I think you're right. Free agency may be the best way to go.
Yeah. I do what I can. All right, Luke, can you take us home, brother?
All right. Enhanced Sports Show Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. Well, of course, we're going to wrap up the Olympics. We're going to talk some spring training. We're going to talk about more as we resume the NHL. And, of course, more NBA as we get down to the heart of the season. I might start taking some college basketball predictions now that we're just about 2 weeks away from the end of the regular season. So I want to get more of that in. And any obviously the NFL news, which is happening day after day. And also, your thoughts and comments. The ridiculous side of the week, sports trivia, this day in sports history, the inspiring story of the week, the best and worst of February, and it's also a milestone show because yours truly will be celebrating number 400. That's right. 400.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So, 8 years, 400 shows, and well, that's just for this show. Not mention my other adventures.
Congratulations.
Not mention my other adventures, of course, which is somewhere in the thousands. So remember to like and share the page, and remember on Facebook Live. And again, the number is 512-543-4662. Remember, it's 4 to 6 p.m. in the Eastern Time Zone. Keep that in mind.
Thanks, Luke.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
All right. Thanks, you guys, for joining the Brandon Hogan Show. We're here every Wednesday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Until next time, be on it.